I have this question that has nothing to do with treatment, problems of health problems. I have a problem with something I'm going to ask you. Probably a lot of you listening to this are expert in internet, softwares, and you know it much better than me, because I'll be honest with you, I want to reveal something, a secret to you. Only 15 years ago, 16 years ago most, I learned how to use the computer. Because I'm from the good old times that, we didn't know what even a computer was. When the fax came in, we said, wow, my God, you can send a fax and another next city can get it in a few minutes. When the computer came, it was something just not it looked like a witchcraft or something. Anyway, what I'm gonna say that at that time when I learned how to use the computer, I had, within 2 months, much easier time to download, to move, to send. Everything I try to do that I'm trying to do today, after 20 years, 15 years of being familiar with the computer, and I do things, and I even give advice to some people how to develop software. I want to ask you this question, and I'm asking you. Why is it that with the technology going forward, we're improving, and we are supposed to be like the most advanced technologically, at least from 20 years ago, 15 years ago? Why do I have to have almost a full-time IT in my office in order to be able to function and operate my system? Why is it? Why is it that every time I try to download something, it becomes totally impossible? You want to download it with this, with that, with it. It was no this kind of question ever asked. I will tell you one thing. I checked with some very smart IT guy, and he said that some of the computers, the softwares in them, are loaded with unnecessary softwares in addition to what it was there, and it just causes a lot of problems. And I'm asking you why? Why is it done? Why is it getting after the technology you're telling me that has gotten so much more advanced? I have so much more problem, and it's not just me. Even the people that are IT themselves, they say, I need another IT to help me to figure things out. What happened? Are we going advancing, or are we going backwards? I think I have some kind of theory, and I'm right now doing the very extensive research to find out what's going on. And it starts with executive burnout. I think the companies are working out, whether they're small company, they're 1 billion company, $100 million company, or $500 million company, or 500 billion companies. They are putting such pressure, and I've seen it with my own eyes. I've treated people that came here for executive burnout. I said, what is the problem? He said, they have so much to do. There is no way on earth I can accomplish what they want me to do. It's just not enough time in the day. So let's assume we got 1,000 employees. The first one, I don't care what he gets, 1 million, 5 million a year. And he has 5, 6 people working under him. So there's a CEO, and then there is executive vice presidents, and so on. The first guy, the first CEO, is so tired, so broken already, destroyed, that he passes on to the other 5 people under him to do the job that they're not qualified to do because he cannot handle it. So obviously they cannot handle it themselves. So they push it to the next 20 people working under them. And it continues like this. And it happened to be, and which I'm going to next video, prove the facts that the companies have been losing money relatively from 15 years ago than making money. So how is the picking up the gap for that losses? Create more monkey ranches, I would call it, okay? So when you make more complication and you have to buy something new so you can open what you want to see, or you have to, there's an update and then nothing works all of a sudden after the update. You lose all your information. So what is those updates for? I know on my iPhone, on my Android, every time, I'm not so much on the Android, but I like the iPhone, get used to it. But every time I update, I lose a whole bunch of apps that I paid a lot of money for. Oh, it's not working anymore. I gotta go look for another app. Then you come to open up, your computer is stuck. It's not working, but it's only 1-year-old computer. Why isn't it? What's wrong? It's overloaded, something burning it. Oh, there is offers. You bombarded with security defenses for your computer, for your phone, for this, for that. We are fed with so much more technology that we don't need, that the technology has turned into a poison. And I want to ask you, why? Why do you burn, you companies, but they're small, I'm not criticizing anyone, but why do you put so much pressure on executives? I'm a businessman too. I develop millions of square feet of commercial real estate. I went to conventions. The first thing I saw people do, they run to the bar. Why? And then when they finish, the kind of in between, they run to the bar again. You go from booth to meet, to have a meeting with the executives to make a deal. The first thing they offer you is booths. I'm not going to talk about how many CEOs, CFOs, executive vice president, and how many executives are on antidepressants, anti-anxiety, PTSD, cocaine, Oxycontin, Suboxone, Methadone, Subutex. And they're really operating maybe 60 to 70% of their capacity, what they get paid for. Whatever you hear from me right now, I'm saying, the next video, I will show you the backup. I'm not done with it yet. But it's just like someone taking and shooting their own foot. Why do you burn out your I get him here. The guy cannot even type anymore. His fingers are frozen. He said, I just don't know what to do. He's getting divorced, he's getting conflict with his family, with his kids. Some of them commit suicide because they cannot handle it. And they don't want to get their salary cut off and they don't want to be fired. So they'll do anything. Desperate people do desperate things. It's a known fact. And I want to finalize back to my question. Why, when technology has been advanced so much. I have to bring at least once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, an IT to resolve the problem, the complication in my computer, because I cannot open or I cannot close it, or it's burned out or something. And the same burnout is happening to your executives. Companies, for God's sake, wake up. You're grinding water. Grinding water means that you put water and you grind it. What are you going to get out of it on the other side? Water. So if you take your executives and you put so much pressure on him that you destroy him and he cannot function, and you come and you have a complaint against him, why is he not doing his job? Let's fire him and get somebody else. Maybe get somebody and even pay him less. So it just like a ring to wake up. I promise you, I've seen the numbers. I'm very good at numbers. I calculate how to treat people mathematically. And I have a son that's a genius mathematician. He wrote his own mathematical calculation that you're going to be losing more money, not making more. You're grinding water when you put so much pressure. I don't want to mention names because I was asked not to mention. Some of the biggest executives, biggest companies in the United States, they came here for executive burnout, and I felt sorry for them. Most of them were on the way for divorce, or taking 1,500 different pills. They were just taking because they said, I cannot accomplish, I fall asleep, I'm just so much under so much pressure, I have no choice, I have to take some anti-anxiety, and then depression and destruction and alcohol. And I'm going to next video bring you the proof of it and show you exactly with numbers, statistics, that the way you treat your executive, you're grinding water. You're not going no further, no up, no down. And the same thing happens and will happen to your own family, to yourself. Why our bottom line has fallen down? I'm talking about the net profit, and I understand what net profit is. And you take those net profits and compound it, and you see that you're losing much more than you're gaining. I have that question. Why? Please, all of you, all those brilliant people in Silicon Valley, in everywhere, there's all those smart people that I admire how smart they are, how much they know in IT and in software development. And I asked them the same question and said, I don't know. But I went and I did extensive research. It's still not done. And next time, I'm going to show it to you. Real statistics, real numbers, truthful information and backup for what I'm telling you right now. We are self-destructive society right now, and we have to come out of it as soon as possible before it's too late. God bless you, and I'll talk to you next time.